Hello everyone, hello, hope you're doing okay. I'm back, yes, back on from my holiday for the May update. I was just going to do a brief video just saying, hello, I'm back and things will be back to normal soon, this, that and the other. But I thought, well, I need to do the May update, so why not include it as part of that? So here I am. Yeah, so great to see you all. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having a lovely May so far. It's, wow, it's nearly the middle of May. I can't believe it really. I mean, say this every month. Where on earth does the time go? I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? But we are where we are. So weather's lovely. I've just been to Rome as well. That's where I went in the end. I think I said I was probably going to go there, and that's where I went as well. So had a great time. Lots of walking actually. I don't know, at least 5 kilometers a day, if not more. I think maybe that's very very low estimates, put it that way. But I don't want to exaggerate. Lots of walking, but really nice place. And luckily the weather was not ridiculously hot until the last couple of days, so it made walking about tolerable and possible. Really, actually, I don't think it would have been possible if it was much hotter. Last couple of days before I left, it went really hot actually, and it was getting hotter and hotter as well. So managed to fit it in just at the right time. I think is just we did lots of lovely things. Basically, yeah, saw the Colosseum, saw the Vatican City as well. The Sistine Chapel. Did a sort of day trip out to Tuscany as well, which was really nice. See some sort of vineyards and things. Went to my friend recommended some sort of ruins nearby to Rome as well. Ostia Antica, it's called. I went there as well. Very nice as well. Lovely. I mean, ridiculous amount of ruins there actually. It's just, and the quality as well was amazing. It's just basically just a town really, and it would take you days to see it all really. Amazing, lovely. That's a lovely place. Colosseum was really good as well. I thought that was really nice. Some place you can visit, you can not really know where to draw the line, when to stop. The Colosseum was perfect. You just seemed to sort of mosey about a bit, and it just naturally concluded when you'd just seen enough, I thought, and it was just really really nice. Yeah, I really like that. I like the whole place. Pizza, gelato as well, of course. Can't really gloss over that, can I? Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I mean, to be fair, it's not a million miles away from regular ice cream. I wouldn't say, but it was always very nice. That's the thing, always very nice. It's just like having Ben and Jerry's all the time. Pretty much, the quality was just lovely. Did do a little gelato sort of. Course as well, such as like a little an hour and a half or something, just making gelato and seeing how it's made and stuff like that. And you will see, like in the UK, when you go to an ice cream place, you'll see lots of them out and about. You'll see lots of the ice creams out on a shelf and things, out on the counter. You can see them all. Basically, if you see that in gelato version, it's they're probably just as good taste wise, but the gist of it is they're probably filled with preservatives. Whereas the proper non-preservative gelato, whatever, however you want to say it, really, well, you'll actually won't be able to see it. It'll be in like these sort of metal containers with like lids on, basically. So you can't see it properly, and they're the ones that will only last, say, I don't know, so many hours, but days, probably about 2 or 3 days or something before it needs to be replaced. So if you see ones with them on show where you can see all the flavours, like you can in the UK when you go to like an ice cream shop, they're basically the ones that will just be sort of ones that'll be on display for however long they need to be, really, within reason. Whereas the ones, if you can't see them, and in these like little metal pots where you can lift the lid off and you get the ice cream scoop and go in there, they're the ones that aren't. Well, there's always a chance they might have, but I doubt they will have preservatives in them and things like this. So look out for those. But to be honest with you, I think you'll be fine taste-wise either way. I sampled both, and they were both gorgeous, so wasn't worried one bit. Really nice, so really lovely it was. Yeah, I made I can't remember, it's called Stragliacelli, I think it is, or something like that. And Staccia. I don't know, statue. I can't pronounce. Couldn't pronounce it then. Can't pronounce it now for sure, and I don't have it to hand. Very nice it was, lovely it was, and I basically made that by melting sort of, I think, 70% dark chocolate and then pouring it onto the cool ice cream, and you have to stir it, and it solidifies basically the chocolate into little chocolate chips. Really nice it was. You can make the chocolate chips can be really big if you don't stir fast enough. They're meant to be small, but they were nice when they were big as well. Yeah, so lovely. I had a great time, really great. Just recovering now, really. I was so tired. I think it's just all caught up to me when I got home, just like how much walking I did, and and this, that, and the other, and just how busy I was. Just active all the time, getting up early, and having a whole day of just wandering about, and it's just caught up on me a bit, really. So I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things. So, yeah. Long story short is I won't be doing any live tomorrow. So it's the 13th today, so tomorrow the 14th, Saturday, I won't be doing a live. I'm just going to be catching up still. What I'll be doing is getting up to date with the channel generally. I'll be doing some more reviews and things. I just thought I won't rush back into it, as I say, because I'm just basically knackered, mentally knackered, physically knackered. Not as young as I used to be, unfortunately. So yeah, so these things caught up on me quite quickly when I got back. I exaggerate a bit, but yeah. So just going to do some reviews, get back on track with things, stuff like that. So I'll start the lives from next week, and I guess just continue my holiday for a few more days, really, just until getting back to normal. This Sunday basically is when I'll still be doing reviews and editing and everything. So I'm kind of not away from it really, but I just thought I'll leave the live for this week and just get back into the swing of things a bit slower, really. Yeah. So there we go. Hope you don't mind. But Sunday the member review will be there. Speaking of which, thank you so much to all the members. Yeah, Noah Bucket, Alan Lockhart, Stephen Saunders, Harmony Artificiosa, Sam Matson, and of course Scotty as well. Thank you so much for all your support. You've all got the purple chocolate bar badge now as well. So thank you so much. That's a year, at least a year of support. So that's massively appreciated. So yeah, I can't thank you enough. Your support really helps. It really does. And your input as well is always great. You're always leaving comments and nice things to say. And of course, I do appreciate any suggestions you have. And it's really great to hear from you all the time. Great to hear from all of you, of course. But as I said, I can't stress the thank you enough for that, and really is massively appreciated. So thank you, thanks so much. Yeah. So what's going on this month then? Well, what has been going on? Well, you probably saw I did tried the new sort of I don't know if new style is too strong a word for it, but I basically sort of tried a few jump cuts in my videos rather than doing all the little like the cross dissolve cuts as it's called, basically it sort of blurs in and out. I just was quite severe, did a few jump cuts. I think my it was the sort of blueberry jammy dodgers, or blueberry jammy dodgers, it wasn't actually blueberry. That review I did it quite extensively now. I really just did loads of jump cuts. A mixed response for that. I think Sam Matson, one of the members, as mentioned before, sort of was saying that it just didn't really seem to suit my style. I think Alan Lockhart mentioned it as well. So it seemed a bit too quick. My channel's a bit more sedate, I think, and that just seemed to sort of not quite work with the channel. And I agree with that, really. I did feel it was a bit too much. So there is a balance there, and also the main problem was it was unsustainable. Because it took about 5 to 6 hours to do all that. I cannot be spending that long, unfortunately, on each video. It's not my full-time job. I'm doing like 8-hour days, doing my regular job, and then to then spend 5 or 6 hours editing a video. It's just impossible. I just cannot do that when it's not my main job, unfortunately. So, so unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do it to that much of an extent. So I will still be doing it. I will still try to sort of cut it a bit and make it a bit more, cut out a bit of the gaps and things in some of the bits that don't need to have it really. Where it's, for instance, where there's basically when I'm measuring things, I might just cut to the chase a bit more, and rather than just show me slowly adjusting the the calipers and things like this and all this, that and the other. I might try and do it a bit more there and cutting out some of the erms. I do a lot of erms and stuff like that, you've probably noticed. I'm trying to cut them out a bit as well. But again, it just takes time. And unfortunately, the more you do in the editing, the more, the program is free, and it's a really good program, but it crashes quite a lot. And it can be a nightmare when that happens, because it just adds time. If each time it crashes, it's like a minute, and or maybe 2 minutes, and if it crashes 10 times, that's 20 extra minutes, and it doesn't sound a lot, but then at the end of it might crash when it's rendering, and then you've got to re-render it. And anyway, I won't go into the detail of all that. I'm sure you get the gist of it. It's a pain. So basically, the more you edit, the more likely it is to crash, and the more time it takes. If you're just doing a jump cut stuff, I've noticed it is a bit better. I guess it's just because it's not as complicated. So I don't know, swings and roundabouts, but it's still a pain. It still can crash, and this, that, and the other. So anyway, it's my problem, not yours, but it's just just an explanation for it all. So I think the jump cuts, I'm not going to be quite as severe as I was in that Blueberry Jammy Dodgers review. I think it was really good, but I think at the end of the day as well, I've got to judge what's worth it as well, because I do put timestamps on my videos so you can jump to when I open it, when I taste it, and when I do the summary. So if I'm spending 3 hours on like the opening and the, all this sort of, when I'm just talking and measuring it and looking at the calories, and if most people are just skipping straight to the summary, it's not worth me spending 3 hours on that. I still want to include that part, and I still want to edit it, but I don't, I think it's just not worth me trying to shorten it when the people who don't want to view that anyway, they still won't watch it, so I might shorten it from 5 minutes to 3 minutes to 2 minutes, or whatever it is, or 10 minutes to 5, or whatever. But if they're still going to skip that anyway, then I'm wasting my time, aren't I? So and there's no point. There's literally no point. And I don't want to do like, sort of Snapchat, TikTok style reviews where you just see me opening it, biting it, and say, oh, that's nice, and that's it, in a 5-second review or something. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I do get some comments, legitimate ones, people saying, oh, why are you spending so long on it? Just open it, bite it, taste it. Tell us what you think. That's all you need to do. And fair enough, but that's not what my channel's about. I don't want to do that. I'm not into that. I want to provide. I mean, obviously, it's not all about what I want. I want to give what you enjoy as well. But that's why you watch and subscribe to the channel, for the sort of the detail and perhaps the the sedateness of it really, and the less intenseness of it, and the more sort of different sort of approach to reviewing chocolate that other channels do, and things like Snapchat and Instagram and anywhere else. I doubt a lot of people put in the amount of effort that I do into reviewing it. Whether it's wanted or not is another question, I guess. By the majority of people, I imagine the majority probably aren't as interested in the detail, but I want to provide that. That's what my channel's about really, and I think that's why you're here watching this now, and enjoying the channel, because of that detail. And again, even if you're not that bothered, you can still skip it. I give you the timestamps, you can skip it, and it's no problem. That's why I give you the timestamps. I mean, so yeah, to cover all bases really. So for people who want to watch it, they can. If they want to skip, they can. If they want to skip to the end and they see something, if I'd like to know more about it, you can go back. And also for posterity's sake as well, I've mentioned before, I like to measure it so you can see how big they are and what they look like. And compared to how they'll be in the future, whether they shrink or not. And I doubt they'd ever get bigger. So that's something that was one of the prime. I think I mentioned this before, so sorry it's going over all ground. But that was one of the main things I wanted from the channel, was to ensure that I showed the weight and I think I wasn't quite as good at the start of my videos with the weight, but I want to now make sure I show the weight and show the size and measurements and this, that, and the other. So yeah. There we go. So that's basically it really. So I don't want to remove all that, and you get the gist of it, I'm sure, by now really anyway. But there we go. So some people, that's not for everyone, and of course if they're watching my old videos, they might not realise that my newer ones are a lot more, I'll say, friendly with the timestamps and things. But there's not much I can do about that. I'm not gonna. There's no point in me removing all my old videos. Just the channel is where it is. I can't. I don't think it's worth removing my old videos and things like that. And they're still there, and people might like them anyway. And so yeah, anyway, I think it's one of those. And I can always re-review things as well as time goes on. So there we are. So yeah, so not too bad. So, and I'm quite happy with the sort of the start, little montagey type bits at the start. I think that's really good. It adds a bit more pizzazz and interest, draws people in a bit more. I like that, and it's not too difficult to do either, actually. I think that's a good feature to have. So as I say, because normally it just sort of shows the blank screen and things, I think with that it's just a bit more interesting. People can see, I might put a little thing where I'm measuring it and looking at the bar and things, so people can say, oh yeah, well, he's going to measure it, that's a pretty accurate review, and to get a taste of what's going to happen. So I think that's really good, and I think the ending as well is very important. I looked online on YouTube and things, and some basically saying that what's really important is the sort of like the retention basically of people. So if so at the end of my videos, normally I sort of talk a lot and say, go over all ground and say, like my video and subscribe and this, that, and the other. Just got interrupted there by the door, so apologies for that. But I think I might have lost my flow slightly. But just if it was, yes, at the end of the video, what you wanted to see was when it finished the sort of the summary, I want people then to see my other videos pop up with easily accessible sort of links, basically. And I think I mentioned this before as well, probably when I was talking about it in the previous update. So you can easily people can just click or press or whatever, however they're viewing it, onto the next video, next review. And usually YouTube will be showing sort of ones based on what they think people will like and stuff like that. And I could put some related links as well, related playlists and stuff like this. So basically it's just to try and keep people clicking from video to video really. So if I'm going on at the end of the videos, when people have just lost interest really, and those links haven't come up, they're not likely to click on other videos as much. So that's really what I want to happen. So I just want it to pop and people say, oh yeah, I'll click on that and click on it in the playlist and go through it all. So of course, again, I've got the same problems before. All my old videos don't have this, only the later ones, like the last few really at the moment, time recording, that will have that sort of feature where it appears straight away. So we've got to start somewhere. I can't change the past. The videos are what they are, so I can't, that's it. But from going forward, they will change. So hopefully we'll see if that makes a difference really. And what I'm also thinking of, I might try it with videos going forward, is I'll sort of grey out or make it a bit darker, the screen, so that the links pop a lot more. So this actual video will go a lot darker, and the actual things will pop out so you'll be able to see them. So because sometimes it might be that it's just not quite as obvious. So I'm going to try doing that basically. So that should be something. So we'll see if that works. I think you get basically about 20 seconds at the most at the end to add in these things so they'll appear. So what I want them to appear is basically straight away after the summary basically. So you might see my sort of the video grey out a bit, and then we'll see how that goes. I want to try it, because I think at that point saying goodbye, please click the like button, subscribe and stuff like that. And I think I just want those things to pop a bit more. So we'll see how that works really. So interesting. So yeah, interesting. So quite happy about things. I think this seems to be working okay generally. I think I've noticed a lot more comments from a lot of different people. So I think it's kind of YouTube's promoting my videos a bit more. So we'll see how it goes. Speaking of which, I'm getting closer and closer to the 2,000 subscribers. So yeah, we'll see how that goes as well. I had predicted it for the middle of June, I think, if not July. I think I said June, middle to the end of June originally. So it kind of might make it. But I think by the middle of July, I think almost certainly will. I think we're on about 1940, I think, something like that at the time of recording. So let's get about 50 a month roughly, give or take a few. So yeah, hopefully by the end of middle of July, end of June, middle of July, we should have 2,000 subscribers. That'd be great. And I'll try. I'm thinking of doing let me know in the comments what you think of. I should do a communal review. If you think something else would be more exciting, but I was hoping to try and do that. Sort of get some things we could all read. Maybe like Cabbage Roses or something, just where we could all review it together, basically. So let me know if you fancy that. I mean, obviously, it needs you to participate for it to be, something a bit different. But I was thinking something along those lines. Maybe do a little, as I say, a survey or poll or what have you to say what people would prefer me to review for the 2,000 subscriber special that we could all do together. But I was thinking something like Roses or something like that would be quite good fun to all review together, really. And of course, you don't have to agree with me. It's a discussion point of what people think. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you're wrong. You give this a 1 out of 5 and I give it a 5, or vice versa. That's not what my channel's about at all. I literally don't mind if you have a different opinion than me. Of course, I'm going to say, well, I don't agree with you there, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to impose myself on you, and I'm sure you wouldn't impose yourselves on myself as well. So, just one of those, we all have different opinions. It's subjective taste, this, that, and the other. I'm sure you don't always agree with me, but I'm sure you just value the fact, the way, value the way I sort of convey my opinion, why I justify it in this, that, and the other. And I think that's the gist of it. So yeah, so there we go. So let me know what you think, as I say. But I think that's what I'd like to try and do. As I say, it will depend on people being interested in it. So let me know what you think. I think it would be, I could also do things where I ask people to submit what they'd like me to review. That's something as well. Did do that for the 1,000 subscriber special. But I thought this would be something a bit different. But maybe I could do both. Who knows? Yeah, there's plenty of options. Yeah, so I think going forward as well, I want to get back into look back. I think because all the jump cut changes and things and all this, and it took a lot of time, and then the holiday and things like that. Look back's basically gone by the wayside for a bit, unfortunately. I think I'm not done for about 3 or 4 weeks now, so I'm going to try and catch up with that. So that is on the horizon to get back into it. They just took a lot of time, and when I was doing all these jump cut things, because lookbacks took about 4 or 5 hours anyway. Adding the jump cut part of it, it was going to be impossible to do them, and I wasn't sure what to do really. So with lookbacks, there might be less cuts. Basically, it might just be as it was before, because I just can't do it. I don't think, if there's that many jump cuts and things, because it just takes too long to do them. It would just make them it wouldn't be feasible to do them basically if I do that. So it's a shame. You can get some software out there that will remove all the dead space and things in your videos and this, that, and the other, but you have to pay for it. And also it's not going to be the best, because a lot of the things I want to cut is where I'm sort of going and stuff like that, and it won't cut things like that, I don't think, without some kind of learning software algorithm in it, and I don't think it has that basically. It might do, but I don't think it does. So I'd still have to go through them anyway, and I'd still have to do the same difference, and I don't know, and I'd still have to check that it worked correctly. So I'm just thinking, well, is it worth it? Probably not. But anyway, there we go. But it's something for the future maybe, but I think for the moment, I'm just going to sort of be doing it manually. So look backs are probably going to be as they were. I might try and improve the graphics on them a bit, just to save myself some time, because I basically have to move around the arrows a bit because the image is different sizes. I was thinking I might try and do a banner at the bottom just to say up, down, and just try and keep it the same layout each time, so it saves me some time basically. I might try and look into that next week or so, I think. So that's something on the cards. I'm going to look and see if I can do that, make it a bit more easier to look a bit better, and also easier to edit and things like this as well. So we'll see. But there we go. Yeah, so there we are, guys. That's May update, basically. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for, as I say, persevering with the channel while I've been away. I'm sorry as I tried, I wanted to do an extra review as well, but I just couldn't do it. I wanted to do a member review while I was away as well, but I couldn't schedule the member review. It's yeah, I don't know if I missed something there, but yeah, when I tried to do it, it just wouldn't. It doesn't let you do it. Basically, schedule a member review. Any you schedule go to public, which means anyone can watch them. So it's a bit stupid that I don't know why that is. It's YouTube for you, unless there was some way of doing it that I didn't realise, but I don't think there was. So. But yeah, thanks for bearing with me. So I'm going to catch up with all the comments and things soon, if not already. So you might, by the time you watch this, I might have already done it. But there we go. No live tomorrow, which is the 14th of May. As I was saying, but going forward, I will start doing them again. So Wednesday, I think it'll actually be an unboxing this Wednesday coming. Then the week after, I'll do in the week I'll do a survey and get back to doing the lives each weekend. Although it's getting warmer now, so I have to bear that in mind with what I'm going to review and things like this. But we'll keep it going. So, but we'll see how that goes anyway. Can't rely on the British weather one way or another. So there we go. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Thank you again for all your support. Massively appreciated. Yeah, please leave a comment. Please like the video as well. It really does help. And yeah, clicking on things at the end as well really helps as well. So yeah, if I've remembered to do it quick enough and not blathered on too much, this should be appearing now. So there we are. Alright guys, take care. Have a great day. Thanks again. Bye for now. See ya.